Congratulations, Carter. And finally, let's make some noise as our final senior makes his way onto the court to remove his name from the varsity board, number 23, Jackson Leach. Jackson is a team captain that has played varsity basketball at Halldale all 4 years. He plans to attend a 4-year college in the fall to study film. Jackson utilizes his tremendous athleticism to score and rebound in traffic. His leadership is tangible, and his competitive spirit is fierce. Jackson has been a wonderful part of our program and will be missed. Jackson will now be joined by his little sister Grace, his mom and stepdad Hannah and Dan Burton from Farmingdale, and his dad John Leach from Manchester. Congratulations, Jackson. Please join me in once again recognizing TJ, Carter, and Jackson. On behalf of the entire Halldale community, thank you for all you've done for the basketball program, and know that you will be greatly missed. Nice job with the bio tests. Get a big
Talk to you, man.
Yep.
I just want to figure out how we're going to do this. So come on, probably this is going to be about, looks to be about 5 minutes.
Okay.
So
when we come
edit
on,
it down to about 4 minutes, I think. Let me look at it. No, it's still about 5 minutes.
all right,
Okay.
so come on at 6 or so.
So you want to come on, do an introduction, do your pregame if we come on, and then you can introduce this bit.
Yeah.
And then we can come back.
Yep.
So we can come on fairly early. You can do it just a brief. We had senior night. We recorded it. Here
Yep.
it is.
Yep.
And then after that, come back, do your normal
Yeah,
pregame.
sure.
How's that sound?
Yep.
That sounds good.
So I'll just do that one myself. I'll put Mark on the headset for later.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just people are going to be confused because they saw the very tail end of it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So just explain that
Yep.
to everybody. Okay.
You just tell me when. Going 7 minutes?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd like to get going. Let's go. Let's get ready to go. This is how I'm here with you.
Oh, yep. Go check. A live look at the Penny Gymnasium where tonight the Halldale Bulldogs and the Carrabec Cobras will get after it in a very important matchup for Heel Points in Class C South. Both these teams will make the postseason, but exactly where in the standings, that's what tonight is all about, as both these teams pushing for home prelim games down the road. I'm Rob Kennedy. Mark Tinkham will join me shortly. Rob Munzing is going to do our production tonight. Grace Leach on the camera. We'll have this game for you in just a little bit. First, when we get into our regular pregame, it is senior night here at Halldale High School, and the 3 Halldale graduating seniors were honored before the warm-ups tonight. So why don't we take a look at the tape footage. We recorded that ceremony. We'll play that for you right now in honor of the 3 Halldale High School seniors playing their last regular season home game tonight here in Farmingdale.
Good evening and welcome to the 2023 Halldale High School Boys Basketball Senior Night. Before they start their final home game here at Halldale, we want to celebrate our 3 incredible citizens for their commitment to the Bulldog basketball program and also to recognize their families that have supported them along the way. Please join me in welcoming number 3, Mr. TJ Wilson, to the court. We invite you to remove your name from the varsity roster board. TJ is a team captain. He has played varsity basketball at Halldale for 3 years, and he plans to attend entrepreneurship and business, where he will also continue to play basketball. TJ is one of the fastest players, hardest workers, best scorers, and best on the ball defenders. His commitment and dedication to the first team all-conference athlete. TJ will now be joined by his sister and brother-in-law, Brandy and Eric Collins of Gardner. Congratulations, TJ. I now invite number 25, Mr. Carter Bork, to remove his name from the varsity roster board. Carter is a team captain. He's played varsity basketball at Halldale all 4 years, and he plans to attend college in the fall. Carter has a knack for long shot blocks and thunderous dunks through his best skill may be his ability to catch in traffic and relieve pressure. Carter has had a tremendous career, and his presence will certainly be hard to replace. Carter will now be joined by his mom and dad, Laura and Tom Bork of Farmingdale. Congratulations, Carter. And finally, let's make some noise as our final senior makes his way onto the court to remove his name from the varsity board, number 23, Jackson Leach. Jackson is a team captain that has played varsity basketball at Halldale all 4 years. He plans to attend a 4-year college in the fall to study film. Jackson utilizes his tremendous athleticism to score and rebound in traffic. His leadership is tangible, and his competitive spirit is fierce. Jackson has been a wonderful part of our program and will be missed. Jackson will now be joined by his little sister Grace, his mom and stepdad Hannah and Dan Burton from Farmingdale, and his dad John Leach from Manchester. Congratulations, Jackson. Please join me in once again recognizing TJ, Carter, and Jackson. On behalf of the entire Halldale community, thank you for all you've done for the basketball program, and know that you will be greatly missed.
And we are back here live at the Penny Gymnasium. Rob Kennedy, Rob Munzing, Mark Tinkham here as well. Grace Leach on our camera. Carrabec and Halldale tonight, still shooting around in the warm-up as you see, and a good crowd here at the Penny Gym tonight because this game means an awful lot. We'll talk about the Carrabec Cobras first of all. Eric Carey's team is on an outstanding run. They've won their last 4 games, knocked off Wiscasset, Oak Hill, Lisbon, and then most impressively a 72-56 win over Forest Hills. Just the second loss all season to these Tigers. Forest Hills had no answer for Luke Carey, the 1,000-point scorer for this Carrabec team, 32 points in the win. Joel Gerke adding 20, Bobby Lindblom 12, and Colby Carpenter 8 points as well. And Carrabec, goal for the season coming into this year, Eric Carey said we want to be competitive in games. Well, they've done more than that. 7 wins on the season is the most since a 6-win season in 1997. So this team is really roaring on all cylinders toward the tournament and are in a position to get a home prelim game when that time were to come in a couple of weeks. That's what this game is so important for. The heel points that will make the winner in the driver's seat more likely to play a home prelim game. We know how important that is. For the Bulldogs, 7-6 also on the season, but they've been in a slide. They had lost 4 straight, but helped themselves come out of the doldrums with a 78-32 win over Telstar on Saturday. We welcome Mark Takem into the broadcast booth now, and a huge win for Halldale. Not that they weren't expected to beat Telstar, because they were, but to stop that slide, extremely important, get the confidence going toward this postseason run.
And Halldale certainly, Rob, needed that game as you talk about that slide, because as you look at the road ahead for Halldale, it is not an easy road when you're looking at Monmouth, who just defeated undefeated Derigo. You've got Old Orchard with 1 loss, and Spruce. That's a tough road ahead. So hoping that, Halldale comes out and plays Carrabec tough and is able to hopefully nail down an 8 slot for home field advantage.
You mentioned those 3 games as well, Spruce, Old Orchard Beach, and Monmouth Academy. It's senior night here today, so that should make people aware. All 3 of those games are on the road for the Halldale boys, so it will not be easy at all for them over the next couple of weeks. These teams played beforehand. And we'll talk about that in just a little bit as we're going to turn over the house microphone to Connor Dumont. He is on the house mic, and he is going to give us our introductions and our national anthem here tonight at Halldale High School.
Welcome to Halldale High School for tonight's regular season conference game between the visiting Carrabec Cobras and your own Halldale Bulldogs. The member schools of the Mountain Valley Conference, along with the athletes and coaches of the teams playing tonight, respectfully ask everyone in attendance to keep in perspective the real meaning of high school interscholastic competition and demonstrate respectful behavior and sportsmanship throughout the entire game. Before introducing the players, I'd like to take a moment to recognize our officials. Across the state of Maine, there is a shortage of officials in every sport. We are grateful for the officials that we have this evening. Without them, there would be no event for our kids today. Tonight's officials are Mr. Mertzel and Mr. Roberts. We'll begin by announcing the non-starters for Carrabec, who is coached by Eric Carey and assisted by Elijah Canales. Number 3, Zachary Crawford. Number 4, Seth Price. Number 12, Logan Caldwell. Number 32, Josh Wilson. Number 40, Trenton Smith. Number 42, Desmond Robinson. And number 50, Cooper DeLarma. And now for the non-starters for Halldale, who's coached by Chris Ranslow and assisted by Dana Lawrence, Tom Lee, and Justin Lawrence. Number 0, Brenton Lucas. Number 1, Matt Waller. Number 2, Nick Brown. Number 12, Zach Brown. Number 14, Malachi McCormick. Number 20, Eben Austin. Number 21, Ben Nathan. Number 22, Rishi Devuru. And number 24, Tayshawn Cleveland. And now, announcing the starting lineup for both teams. For Carrabec, at guard, a senior, number 10, Luke Carey. For Halldale, at guard, a sophomore, number 5, Keegan Carey. For the Cobras, at guard, a senior, number 24, Robert Lindblom. For the Bulldogs, at guard, a sophomore, number 11, Cody Cobb. For Carrabec, at guard, a junior, number 30, Kobe Carpenter. For Halldale, at guard, a senior, number 3, TJ Wilson. For Carrabec, at forward, a senior, number 34, Joel Gerke. For the Bulldogs, at forward, a senior, number 25, Carter Bork. And for Carrabec at forward, a senior, number 20, Connor Peabody. And for the Bulldogs at center, a senior, number 23, Jackson Leach. Athletic training services are provided by Jill Haskell. And now, would you all rise for the playing of the national anthem?
Got a good crowd here at the Penny Gymnasium tonight. The first of two big games for the Halldale Bulldogs, both broadcast right here on Munsing Media. Tonight, of course, this game in front of us, Halldale and Carrabec. Tomorrow night's girls action, Spruce Mountain and Halldale. Spruce Mountain broke a long Halldale winning streak in Jay earlier this season, so it's a revenge game tomorrow night for the ladies here on the floor. Looking forward to that one, but first things first, Halldale and Carrabec, both with 7-6 records. This should be a very good game.
Even bigger grudge match tomorrow. The middle school championship game was yesterday, and the Halldale girls knocked off the Phoenix of Spruce Mountain by 2 points. So there's a lot of bad blood going on between them right now.
It'll be a long-time rivalry between Halldale and Spruce Mountain, I think, as if there wasn't already. Carrabec in green, Halldale in white. That's Bobby Lindblom set to jump against Carter Bork. Wasn't sure about Bork's status today as he's been battling an injury, but he is in the lineup, set to go. And the Cobras control the tip. And to wait to see who came up with that basketball. That's Luke Carey handling the ball now. Carey out there with Colby Carpenter, number 30. They're up top. Carpenter with the ball now. Gerke trying to post up down low. There's some muscle out there for Carrabec, but size-wise, the Bulldogs will have an advantage here tonight. Lindblom into the corner. Luke Carey again going baseline. Carey the floater, no good. Gerke just out-muscled Keegan Carey. Lindblom for three, rattles out, and the rebound. Grabbed by the big man Carter Bork, and he was fouled right away. Jeff Mertzel, one of our two officials, making the call.
And that's where Halldale really needs a big game from those three seniors tonight. You know, I think throughout the season, you know, you're looking at the last several games, it's been super close. They need everybody to click tonight.
Halldale won 69-72 in the first matchup. That was all the way back in December 10th. Ball will stay with Halldale after Gerke knocked that away from Jackson Leach. That was opening night of the season. A lot changes between opening night and a couple weeks before the playoffs as far as teams go. I'm not expecting this game to be a 20-point margin whichever way it goes.
And from that first game, I think we've got two new faces to start this game.
Carey made the steal. His pass, however, was behind Colby Carpenter. Here's TJ Wilson, who's got blazing speed.
Yeah.
And he double dribbled before the contact was made, so that's a turnover. That time TJ just bit off a little bit more than he could chew, taking on three Cobra defenders. Luke Carey at 18 points the last time these two teams met. He's a 1,000-point scorer, as I mentioned in the pregame. 32 points last time out against Forest Hills, and he will go to the line. It's Cody Cobb, the sophomore, getting called for the foul. And Carey a chance to put the first couple points up from the line. Now one more as Carrabec draws first blood. One out of two, and Bork the rebounds.
See if they can settle down, get into a little rhythm here.
Wilson calling out instructions, got doubled. That pass tipped. Carey might have got a finger on that. He's got the ball now. He's got Carpenter with him. Gerke underneath, gets it to drop, and Bork the foul.
Now that's certainly what Halldale does not want to do, get that big man in foul trouble.
Joel Gerke. 10 points against Lisbon, 6 points last time against Halldale. Looking to complete the three-point play here. Gerke's a senior. Coach Eric Carey starting 4 seniors. And a junior. Carrabec the 4-0 lead.
Halldale has a nasty habit of spotting team a lot of leads. When you look at that Winthrop game, spotted Winthrop 17-0, ended up losing by 4.
Cobb. Gerke underneath. Altered the shot. Now it's Colby Carpenter. Carey again. Carey guarded by Cobb. Gerke on a turn. Bork stayed right with him. Connor Peabody. Back to Carey again. Off the glass for 2. A 6-0 lead now. As you mentioned, that problem that Halldale has, just spotting teams a lead early on, having to claw their way back into the game. Carey doubled underneath. Wilson, a long shot, no good. The rebound paddled around, and Carey got it. And that'll be Cody Cobb's second foul. Couple subs set to come in for the Halldale Bulldogs. Nick Brown and Ben Nathan in. Bork, one man replaced, and Cobb will be the second. So still early in this game. This is a pretty big trip down the floor for Carrabec as they look to extend this lead, and Bulldogs could greatly use a stop. Lindblom for 3 is off the iron. That's Jackson Leach up in the air for the rebound for Halldale. Nick Brown, the junior, just in the game. 7 points last time out in the Bulldogs' victory over Telstar, 78-32. That was on Saturday. Wilson came back to help. Nice pass underneath to Leach off the backboard for 2, but the pass from TJ Wilson set that up. Carey almost stole the ball. That's Keegan Carey 5, Luke Carey 10 out there in green. No relation that I know of. And Luke Carey a pretty shot. He's already got 5 points and an 8-2 Carrabec lead.
I'd be surprised if they're any relation. Halldale Carey is a Connecticut native, at least Dad is.
Leach over everybody, got it to drop.
Nice roll on that one.
Leach has all 4 Halldale points. The senior starting off strong here on senior nights. So approaching the halfway mark of this first quarter. Carey back outside. Gerke tried to fake Nathan out. Carey for 3 is offline. Ben Nathan gets his first rebound for Halldale. Brown's injected into the game. He adds some speed to this team. TJ Wilson's got plenty of wheels out there. But Brown as well is probably one of Halldale's faster lineups, these 5. Carey had some daylight, pops the shot, was partially blocked by Luke Carey. That's when the Keegan Carey probably should have let go a little bit earlier. Didn't have as much time as he figured. Wilson knocks that out of bounds. The pass from Carpenter to Gerke, and it'll stay Carrabec basketball.
And Keegan Carey came up huge in that Winthrop game. He just he was tossing up quite a few there, all dropping, needing a big game here. Oh,
Halldale completely lost Bobby Lindblom in that inbounds play, and Lindblom scores his first 2. It's 10-4. Sometimes a guy can just get lost in the shuffle. Lindblom did there. Keegan Carey around a screen. His pass knocked out of bounds by the aforementioned Bobby Lindblom. So Carrabec here in the first 4 minutes and 37 seconds, frustrating this Halldale team.
Their defense is moving pretty fluidly against our offense.
Keegan Carey for three. No, it stayed up there a while. Dropped outside the cylinder. Lindblom the rebound. Now Luke Carey. Peabody back to Luke Carey again. Gerke's on the block with Nathan. He kicked outside for the shots. Gerke moved off the block for a bit, and Carey found him nicely. It's an 8-point advantage now for the Cobras. Brown trying to get inside. No way in right now for Halldale. Leach doubles. Forced the shot up, but he took too many steps. And some more subs for Halldale. Zach Brown in now, number 12. He'll take TJ Wilson. Carter Bork is back in the game too. He'll take Jackson Leach's spots. Eight-point lead for Carrabec is their largest. The battle of carries once again. Keegan is sticking to Luke. Luke got away. Great ball fake as they work it around. Luke Carey. Halldale's defense played him well. Carpenter. Gerke way out into Luke Carey for two. Such a pretty shot Luke Carey possesses. Now they're trying to meet Brown at the midcourt stripe and do. Zach Brown's pass into traffic knocked away. Carrabec basketball again. Luke Carey trying to take Keegan Carey to the baseline. It's Gerke now with it. Gerke holding, waiting. Carrabec's been patient with their shots. They've looked for good ones and mostly found them. Connor Peabody inside. Gerke, no shots. Carey, baseline. With the shot up over Nathan. Nathan with the rebound. And to steal that from Gerke. And a foul called on one of the Cobras, either Gerke or Carey, we'll see. And that's going to be on Luke Carey. 2 fouls now on the Cobras, 3 against Halldale. With 1:36 to go. See the clock on our screen. It is official. It's synced right up with the scoreboard clock here at Halldale High School. Halldale having a hard time dealing with the pressure. That did go off Colby Carpenter's fingers, so the Bulldogs will get a chance to inbound. Carrabec for their 8th win. Winner of this game won't be in an automatic position to get a home prelim, but they really put themselves in the driver's seats. Player control foul on Brown. Too bad he dished that off well. With an easy bucket for Nathan. But Brown called for the foul.
Halldale just shooting themselves in the foot so much so far.
Having the architects of their own demise at this point. At least defensively. Carrabec doing a very good job in the front half of the floor, finding open looks. Carey. 2 Halldale players there. Bork came in late, and Carey still buries it. He's got 9 points. Easy to see why he's a 1,000-point scorer for this Cobras team. Nick Brown. Zach Brown with it. Nathan guarded by Carey. Baseline, and Carey forced him out of bounds. Nathan stepped in the red paint. TJ Wilson back in. He'll take out one of the Browns. It's Zach who will be replaced. A 12-point advantage for Halldale. Kind of deja vu all over again against another team wearing green. Well, not quite as bad against Winthrop, as you mentioned. The Bulldogs had not scored in that game for a while. Luke Carey, not daunted by a triple team, and drew the foul. 3 Halldale players there. It's Carter Bork, yes. That's 2 on Bork. Carrabec's done a good job at getting Bork into foul trouble. He's got a couple. Cody Cobb with 2. Joel Gerke. Gerke, the big senior. Pick his dribble up. Had the outlet there, and Bobby Lindblom. Now Gerke again, one-on-one with Nathan. Handed that off to Carey. Good work by Keegan Carey defensively. He's going to roll off Luke Carey's fingertips. Leach, baseline, reverse, layup, no. Nathan, the putback, no. But Ben Nathan's fouled. He'll go to the line. That's Connor Peabody's first foul. So Leach at the line. He's got 2 here. Trying to pull the Bulldogs a little closer. The waning seconds of this first quarter. Nathan with 1 more. And the junior perfects from the line. Halldale down by 10. Luke Carey off the inbounds. They really pressured Bobby Lindblom. Lindblom wide open after that pass. No one picked him up. Back down floor, and he just beat the buzzer. 4 points now for Bobby Lindblom. Carey's got 9. And a sweet dish at the end of the quarter to put Carrabec back up by a dozen. 18-6 our score after 1 quarter. Back in a moment on Munzing Media.
We are Bulldog Strong. We are a local organization committed to kids, committed to our community, dedicated to teaching the next generation how to give their time and talents to make a difference, and supporting those affected by cancer. Bulldog Strong Basketball was established in 2013 when my own mother was diagnosed with breast cancer, and I saw firsthand her struggles, doubts, fears, and her amazing fight to live. Cancer does not discriminate, and so many of us have been directly affected by the disease. Our basketball family has grown over the past 8 years, and we continue in our mission to provide opportunities like our summer camp, All-Star Showcase, and our 3-day invitational to raise money for those in need. Through competition on the court, we learn so much about how sports can shape our lives in a positive way. We are passionate in what we do. We are proud of our Bulldog Strong family. We are incredibly thankful for the support we have received. Kids, community, and caring for one another is who we are. Remember, no one fights alone.
Prelims in a couple of weeks. The tournament starts in 17 nights in Augusta, Bangor, and Portland. These 2 teams will be playing in the postseason, but where? That's the question. They both want to play at home. They'll both be in a prelim game most likely, and that's what this game is all about. So far, the visitors with a 12-point lead. Jackson Leach trying to cut into it, was close. Joel Gerke with the rebound. And Carrabec in possession once again. They have worked the ball very well around the front half of the floor, looking for their shot. And of course, they've had Luke Carey, who doesn't seem to miss very often. There's the shot on the way. Carpenter's shot rolls out. Wilson the rebound. He is quickly looking to blaze back up court. Leach underneath, no problem. Great pass by Wilson to set him up.
Well, during the intermission, Halldale's made 1 chain. They've got Leach on Carey now as opposed to Carey on Carey. See how that plays out.
Carey blew by him that time, but Leach caught up, and it didn't matter. Carey just went higher off the glass. And the lead once again 12 for the Cobras. Luke Carey with 11 of those 20 points. Jackson Leach has all 8 points for the Bulldogs. Keegan Carey. Brown quickly to Leach, who's had the hot hand. Will it continue? Yes. Jackson Leach with a shooter's roll. Already up to 10 points. Pulling the Halldale Bulldogs to keep them in this game. Gerke set the screen. Now Nathan's out there. Quick hands by Ben Nathan. Nathan on their turn pass will take it to the hole and hits. Ben Nathan's first 2 points. Justly rewarded for the steal, and Nick Brown with a return pass to give him the opportunity to score. Carrabec by 8. Luke Carey. Colby Carpenter. Carey again. All the offense runs through him. PBD was coming to set the screen. Baseline chance for Colby Carpenter. Couldn't put the brakes on in time, so we'll take a look at that replay. Tremendous pass, and that's Wilson to Leach for the reverse lay-in.
Cody Cobb coming back in for Keegan Carey.
Keegan Carey's getting his first breather. Cody Cobb, of course, has to be a little careful as he is playing with a couple of fouls. Wilson for 3, off the iron, no. Cobb bats the rebound to Nick Brown. Brown will launch for 3, that's no good. And the rebound grabbed by Luke Carey. Couple of looks for the Bulldogs, couple of chances. to get back down by 5, but still an 8-point gap. Gerke, stop to the elbow. That's knocked out of bounds by Jackson Leach, who has been a force at both ends of the floor. There's Desmond Robinson, the first sub off Eric Carey's bench, number 42, a sophomore for the Cobras. Joel Gerke, the man replaced. Deshaun Cleveland about to check in for the Bulldogs as well, the freshman. Only freshman on the Halldale roster, number 24. Lindblom to Carey in the corner. Colby Carpenter. Bobby Lindblom again. Wilson's guarding him. Carey. Bulldogs not giving him any chance to shoot. But look at that pass to Robinson, who did well to save it.
That's
Carpenter
off.
for 3. It's offline. And it's Halldale basketball. Here's Cleveland
moving the ball very nicely. They're just passing around the perimeter. You're looking for those quick passes down on the block.
Cleveland in the game now. He took Ben Nathan's place. Bulldogs down by 8. Trying to pull closer. Nick Brown. Wilson for 3. Short. And the rebound, Colby Carpenter.
And Cleveland, for a big man, actually, he can shoot the 3 pretty well.
Carey, sweet off the glass. A Baker's dozen for Luke Carey already, 13 points. We're not even halfway through the second quarter. Cody Cobb for Halldale. Wilson. Carrabec wanted the charge. They thought Peabody drew that. There's Cleveland for 3. He was close on that. Caught the back iron, Carey the rebound. Hustling up the court himself. They leave him alone and almost pay for it. Nick Brown back up court quickly. Wilson calling for the basketball, has it. Slicing inside. Drew some contact, wanted the call, didn't get it. Underneath. Here's the offensive foul. Brown drew it. Connor Peabody guilty. That's 2 on Peabody. So both teams at both ends trying to draw those player control fouls, and we'll see the one that Brown just drew.
Yeah, Peabody's looking awfully confused on that one.
Brown steps back behind the line. Cody Cobb. Luke Carey right there with him. Carey, a very good defensive player. He's not just a shooter. Brown needs help, finds Wilson. He was the outlet. He'll reset. Wilson can't get inside, but he did draw the foul. Bobby Lindblom called for that. That's his first. 5 fouls per team as Carter Bork back in. Keegan Carey got his break. He returns for Halldale as well. See the crowd here at the Penny Gymnasium in Farmingdale. Not quite a sellout, not quite standing room only, but a good crowd both in the bleachers and up in that balcony. Desmond Robinson back in now. He's 42. He's getting his second spell in this game. Bork. Bork and Leach both in there. The Bulldogs have a height advantage. Bork draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That's on Joel Gerke. Gerke's fouls his first.
And as you mentioned at the beginning of the game, Rob, just Halldale does have a little bit more of the height. You're going to wonder if they're going to start working that ball inside.
Bork hits the first. He's got one more. It's a 9-point gap for Halldale. Free throw shooting be very important tonight for the Bulldogs to try to chip into this gap. And Bork, perfect. Carter Bork's first 2 points, both from the line. Carrabec by 8 with the basketball. Luke Carey. Gerke. Back outside to Robinson. Carey's in the corner. Quick movement around the perimeter for this Cobras team. Robinson out to Carey again. When in doubt, find Luke Carey. Gerke for 3, got it. Joel Gerke nails the 3. He's got 8 points. And the lead double digits again for Carrabec. They're up by 11. Wilson outside. Carey had the shot, but only for a fleeting second. Wilson off balance, dished that away, and it works out well. Carter Bork underneath for two more. Not sure that's exactly how TJ Wilson drew it up, but he improvised, as did the big man Carter Bork, and a timeout called. 30-second timeout called by the Cobras. We'll take a look at that three-point bucket from Joel Gerke. Everyone collapses down low. There's the kickouts from Luke Carey, and Gerke's shot. Picture perfect. First three of the game for either team. That's a 9-point lead.
Yeah, I was going to say, it makes it difficult when you get a player with the caliber of Carey. You're focusing so much on him, and it leaves one or two of the other Carrabec players open.
Of course, tomorrow night on Munzing Media, it's our next broadcast. Spruce Mountain coming to town in girls basketball. Halldale with 2 losses on the season. Spruce was undefeated and got knocked off by Freeport on Saturday. But two of the top teams, two teams that definitely have an eye on a gold ball in Class C and B respectively. So a great Mountain Valley Conference matchup tomorrow night. 6:30 is our starting time. Same two broadcasters. Mark and I will be right back tomorrow night for that contest. And if you are planning on coming, I would advise you get here early. It's going to be busy. Spruce Mountain will be bringing a contingent of fans, and Halldale, a lot of excitement to the school for this game tomorrow night as well. So if you're coming, get here early.
Looking forward to calling that one. That one is going to be a fast, exciting game.
And just a very loud, hyped gymnasium. This time the foul's called on the Bulldogs. Jackson Leach, I believe. Well, that's Wilson.
Yep.
So Wilson got that one.
There's a reach in.
Just the first and TJ Wilson. 6 fouls apiece now, so not there's much time left in the first half, but the teams will shoot the rest of the way. Carey tried to work around Leach, who stuck with him well. Gerke out to Carey again. Leach is not letting Carey do what he wants going inside. Cobras will try something else. Carpenter to Carey. Here's the fadeaway. No. Great position on the rebound, and the shot doesn't go for Desmond Robinson, but he will get a chance to make it up at the line. That's Keegan Carey's first foul. No one in any particular trouble in this game. Cobb and Bork have 2 for Halldale. Peabody 2 for Carrabec, but no one playing with 3. Desmond Robinson hits his first shot. He's got one more.
Almost reminiscent of that Winthrop game where Halldale only had 2 fouls with about 3 minutes left, and they needed to foul.
Sometimes you get penalized for playing too clean of a game. It's that old no good deed goes unpunished mantra. Leach, 90 seconds to go. Pass was off Bork. He smacks his hands, and Carrabec gets the ball back. Here's Ben Nathan coming back in. Carter Bork will get a break. Carrabec currently 8th in the heels right now. Halldale 11th. Got to be in the top 12. It is 12, I think, in Class C South to make the postseason. Neither team is in danger of not doing that. They both want to have a home prelim game. Carrabec, I think especially, it's quite a trip to get to Carrabec for a lot of the other Class C schools. Oh, it's blocked by Leach, but I may have made some contact with the body. Jeff Mertzel thinks so. And Leach called for the foul. That's his first. So Carey at the line. It's the first. And we'll see this blocked by Leach. And yeah, on the follow through, it looks like the contact came there. Carey 1 out of 2, and Keegan Carey off the miss. A lead back to 12 for Carrabec. Under a minute to go in the first half. Keegan Carey for 3, too strong. Great rebound for Ben Nathan. Did so legally. Went up over Gerke, not on top of him. There's Nathan again. Carey knocked it away, but Nathan with the ball one more time. Nathan wants some help. Got some. The foul coming. Desmond Robinson guilty, and Jackson Leach will have a one-on-one, a one-and-one. So that's the first foul on Robinson.
Have to appreciate Bob Sinclair up there in the stands. Jackson Leach, one of his advisories. He's got the big Jackson Leach sign going.
Talked to Mr. Sinclair earlier. He said exactly why he was coming tonight. He's got, I think, 2 seniors, he said, in his home room to come see him play tonight. In their last home game.
He's been holding up the Carrabec sign, too.
Dozen points for Jackson Leach. He's the leading Halldale scorer. Luke Carey with 14 leads everybody. 26 seconds remaining in the half. Luke Carey. Will Carrabec play for the last shot? Gerke doesn't want to wait that long, and why not? When you stroke it from the corner the way Gerke just did, you don't need to wait.
It's a little deja vu. Seems like I've seen that before.
Keegan Carey off the iron. Well, they get the chance. Luke Carey with 1 second to shoot, gets it away. Too strong. It was online, not that far off, but just a little bit too much oomph on the shot by Luke Carey. He'll have to be satisfied with 14 points as we head to the break. So the lead for Carrabec at halftime. They lead the Halldale Bulldogs 31-18. We reach the half here on Munzing Media.
I'm Greg Glynn, athlete brand advisor and CEO of Pliable. Pliable helps high school, college, and professional athletes build their athlete brand. New name, image, and likeness opportunities are a game changer for athletes and for businesses. To learn more about social media marketing and endorsement opportunities for your brand, visit pliablemarketing.com or call 1-707-PLIABLE.
Have you heard about free college?
It's free.
It's free.
It's free.
Recent high school graduates from the classes of 2020, 21, 22, and 23 can attend CMCC for free. The free college scholarship pays 2 years of tuition and mandatory fees. No income or age limits. What are you waiting for? It's free.
Leaving CM with no debt is going to set me up for my future.
Visit cmcc.edu/free for details.
When I'm on the road speaking, I'm able to have sidebar conversations with everybody that wants to come talk to me. And I hear about their family and loved ones that are going through maybe cancer, maybe a critical illness, maybe something, being disabled from a job and not having the coverage that they need because their health care just didn't cover it.
I ask that you would allow one of our experienced representatives to come into your business so that we are able to educate you on the value of these very, very important products.
The Hutchinson Family Sports Foundation is proud to support Munzing Media's production of live streaming high school sports. We recognize the hard work and dedication of Maine's high school student athletes, and we applaud Munzing Media's pioneering live streaming efforts. The Hutchinson Family Sports Foundation. Why waste valuable time and gasoline traveling around when you can enjoy one-stop shopping at Goggins IGA in Randolph? Goggins is locally owned by people you know and trust at the heart of our community. Goggins offers the convenience of one-stop shopping, in-store banking, a large selection of liquors and wines, and a full-service pharmacy. At Goggins IGA, you're in, you're out, you're home.
Strategic Real Estate Services, serving all buyers and sellers. 2 locations, 335 Water Street, Gardner, and 83 Kennedy Memorial Drive, Waterville. From residential to commercial, solutions and strategies that equal results for you. Visit strategicreservices.com or call 485-1105.
Don't feel like cooking dinner? Call Capsa's Pizza in Farmingdale. You can make the whole family happy with our award-winning pizza, sandwiches made on fresh baked bread, delicious nachos, or salads made to order. And don't forget the whoopie pies. We pride ourselves on fast, friendly service and an overall experience that's better than you might expect from a pizza place. So order Capsa's tonight. Pick it up, have it delivered, or enjoy our dining room. Give us a call at 582-0522 or enjoy the convenience of online ordering at capsaspizza.com.
If you want to boost your energy, metabolism, and nutrition, try one of Northeast Nutrition's 85 energizing teas. Fruity, made with natural aloe, stevia, and herbal and green teas. Or have a low-carb 200 to 300 calorie shake for breakfast or lunch. Choose from over 50 flavors like Fluffernutter or Pumpkin Turtle Cheesecake. Northeast Nutrition also has customized protein iced coffees, caffeine-free options for the kiddos, and specialty drinks for athletes. Northeast Nutrition, 599 Main Avenue, Farmingdale. Follow on Facebook at Northeast Nutrition and Energy. If you want to boost your...
Back with you at the Penny Gymnasium. It is halftime here between Halldale and Carrabec. A 31-18 lead for the Cobras. They got out in front early and really never looked back. Luke Carey shooting very well early on. He leads all scorers. We'll run down the numbers in just a little bit, but most of his points came fairly early. The Bulldogs tried to shut him down, and that's when he got some help. This is a very patient Carrabec team that looks for their opportunities and does not rush their shots when they get the basketball up into the front half. They've taken their time, they've had good looks, and they've cashed in those looks more often than not. They've frustrated the Halldale Bulldogs defensively, as well as the Bulldogs not getting nearly as many good looks over the first 16 minutes of basketball. Let's take a look at the numbers, and we'll start with the Carrabec boys. All these numbers unofficial, but I think I'm pretty close anyway. Luke Carey with 14 points on the night. He's 2 for 4 from the line, 12 points from the field. Joel Gerke, 11 points tonight. He's hit a couple of three-point bombs. 4 points for Bobby Lindblom tonight, 1 from the field, and actually 2 from the field, none from the line. And Desmond Robinson, 2 for 2 from the free throw line. 2 points tonight so far for Carrabec. Robinson getting those 2 points coming off the bench, the sophomore. 31 points in the first half for the visitors. Now turning the page over to the Halldale side. We'll check that out in just a moment. So I get that stat page up. Now I have it. Leading the way points-wise for the Bulldogs, Jackson Leach. He has been the bulk of the offense, 12 out of the 18 points, all his buckets. Free throws from the field. Carter Bork with 4 points tonight. He's had some limited action because he did pick up a second foul somewhat early. Ben Nathan came in the game. He and Bork have been switching places a little bit, but Bork's time a little limited due to that. Ben Nathan, just mentioned him, he has a couple of points as well, 2 points. So the issue for the Halldale Bulldogs so far is that they only have 3 scorers in the books, and Jackson Leach carrying most of the load with 2/3 of the points. So Halldale's going to need some scoring depth and more scoring balance in the second half to help them get back into this game. Halldale 7-6 on the year, Carrabec 7-6 on the season. Both these teams playing for positioning, and it's a much different game than the one we saw on opening night. The Bulldogs winning 69-42 up in North Anson. That was all the way back on December the 10th. So as it usually does, quite a bit changes as the teams get into the season, and both these teams playing very well at this point. The Bulldogs breaking a losing streak last time out to Telstar. Carrabec's on a great run. They're on a 4-game winning streak, trying to make it 5 here, and looking pretty good for that over 16 minutes of basketball. So we'll step aside for a break. We'll take one more. We come back, second half action from the Penny Gymnasium here in Farmingdale. A 31-18 lead for the visiting Carrabec Cobras over the Halldale Bulldogs on Munzing Media.
The New England Aviation Academy is Maine's only official service training center and service training partner. NEAA is strategically located at the Brunswick Executive Airport in beautiful Brunswick, Maine, which is on the Atlantic coast and only an hour to the mountains in the western part of the state. The aircraft used by NEAA to train our students and rent to current pilots are all technically advanced airplanes, have the Cirrus airframe parachute system, and are the newest model generation. We train in the best equipment in the marketplace, which not only ensures clients are learning to fly aircraft the industry is utilizing on a daily basis, but also is the safest and most reliable. NEAA's facility at KBXM includes a spacious heated hangar, classroom space, and a private briefing room, which make for an optimal learning experience. So, come fly our 2021 Cirrus SR20 and experience the Cirrus life. Coaches know you can't win a game without proper planning and execution. Let Gosline Retirement Planning coach you into a confident retirement. Here at Gosline Retirement, we provide that proper planning and help you utilize a step-by-step approach on all facets of your retirement planning. We provide guidance on income planning, wealth management, understanding taxation, Medicare and long-term care, and legacy and estate planning. We pride ourselves on working hard for those who have worked hard their entire lives. So, schedule your appointment today and let the team at Gosline Retirement Planning put together a retirement game plan for you.
Rob Kennedy, Mark Tinkham back here with you at the Penny Gymnasium. Rob Munzing doing all of our production tonight. Grace Leach is on our camera. First of 2 games here in 2 nights on Munzing Media. Tomorrow night, we're taking a look at the Halldale girls in Spruce. I want to thank people for donating. See your name strolling by. Of course, all our games on Munzing Media, we don't charge a pay-per-view fee, so all the games are free over the internet. And I want to thank everyone who's donating too. Our sponsors, our donors, all allow us to broadcast the Halldale games, the Gardner games, and really give you great coverage of the local teams, both in the fall and the winter, and of course the spring coming up too. Baseball, softball, soccer, basketball, field hockey, covering a numerous amount of sports here in Munzing Media. And sponsors and donors and make that all possible. So you see your name scrolling by. Thanks very much for your donation and helping us keep these games on the air here at Munzing Media. Cobras came back out first with that 13-point lead. The Bulldogs back out now. See if Halldale has another comeback in them. They came close to pulling off a comeback against Winthrop. Couldn't quite crawl all the way back, but that habit again of spotting teams a lead. Bulldogs fell into that trap again early on, and since then, Carrabec's extended that lead to 13, which is their largest of the game to this point. Cobras in those road greens. They'll be attacking the basket down to our left. Halldale on the home whites. They'll go from left to right. That's Joel Gerke, almost lost it to Wilson. Colby Carpenter. Carey now with it. Lindblom outside Peabody. You see this patient offensive team. Lindblom open for 3. It's off the iron. Bork the hustle, lost it. Now Gerke got Bork in the air, and Bork came down and called for the foul. That's 3 on Carter Bork.
Certainly a smart move by Gerke. Catch the defense up in the air, you know it's going to be a foul.
I don't care how dexterous you are, trying to control yourself in midair like that is impossible to do. So Gerke hits the first. And he's 1 out of 2. 12 points now for Joel Gerke. He's caught up to Carey a little bit. Speaking of Carey, that's a hit by Keegan Carey. It's a long 2. Waiting to see if that'd be a 2 or a 3, but it's a long 2. His toe was on the line. Here's Luke Carey trying to answer back. Going baseline, took on Leach. And Leach had some help from Carter Bork as well coming into the end. Those 2 tall players altered the shot. Wilson doesn't need much daylight. Got that explosive first step and scored off the glass.
So his first points of the night.
And the Bulldogs need him. Gerke on the foul, that's his second. So Wilson at the line. He can't complete the 3-point play. We'll take a look at TJ Wilson just exploding into the lane. Kissed off the glass for 2. So Halldale showing some pressure for the first time. 3 defenders. Trying to make life miserable for Connor Peabody. He inbounded the basketball though, and Keegan Carey stole it away. That was Peabody, you blocked Carey, you tried the reverse layup. So after all that, it's just Cobra basketball anyway. Luke Carey almost walked into that trap, was alert and saw it. Carter Bork playing very dangerously. Open man is Lindblom for 3. It's too strong, right down to Keegan Carey. That was the look the Cobras wanted, though. Cody Cobb. He traveled. Got in underneath. Too many Carrabec players there and nowhere for the sophomore to go.
Essential for the Bulldogs not to be making mistakes. I think they're doing a nice job on the pressure right now, forcing the Cobras to react to what they're doing.
Gerke Wilson got there. Gerke grabbed it but threw it out of bounds. One player in the front court, that's Carpenter. Not much pressure for the Cobras. They have a 10-point lead. Cobb outside. Bork battling Gerke down low. Gerke did well to get a hand in there and knock that away. Carey almost lost it twice. Keegan Carey almost stole that, but Luke has it back. A no-look pass outside to Gerke. Here's Luke Carey again, spotting up for three, stolen away. 2-on-1, Leach and Carey.
Oh, nice play.
And Keegan Carey back to Leach. It sat up there, but drops down for Jackson's 14th point. And the lead cut to 8. That's how you run a 2-on-1. Jackson Leach and Keegan Carey. Connor Peabody, baseline. Wilson comes back to steal. And Wilson turning on the turbos again. Stops. Won't go. The rebound, Luke Carey. Bulldogs have cut the lead down to 8 a few times. They've really not been able to knock that barrier down to get any closer. Luke Carey. Bork stole it. TJ Wilson ahead of the pack. Here goes TJ for 2. Four now for Wilson. Luke Carey's in trouble but got away. Connor Peabody.
It's like I look down there, you got a couple subs looking to come in. Do you break up what's going well right now?
Bork had to be hands-off defensively. That's why that Gerke lay-in was so easy. He knows he's playing with 3 fouls, can't afford a 4th. Not with 4:44 left in the third quarter of an 8-point game. Bork baseline, pops over everyone, not quite strong enough. Luke Carey the rebound, and there is Carter's 4th foul. An impulsive foul that time. We'll take a look at this give and go. Wilson. Actually, that's not the give and go. That's just Wilson's take. So Carter Bork has to come out. Ben Nathan in. I don't think we'll see Bork again until sometime in the fourth quarter. You wouldn't think. It'll be Nathan and Jackson Leach providing the height for the Bulldogs.
He is a foul magnet. Leach is going to pick one up there.
Now, Leach just put his hands up, and unfortunately for him, got in contact with Luke Carey when he was turning around, so Jackson will get the foul on that. That's 2 on Jackson. Three fouls on the Bulldogs here in the second half. Just one called against the Cobras so far. Gerke back outside. A 3 on the way. Carpenter, it's no good. And the Bulldogs take the ball back and try to cut down to 6. Good game going on in the Tigers-Rams battle. 48 seconds left in overtime. Gardner with a 66-62 lead on Coney. Thank Dave Dyer for that update. Great game going on, Tigers fans and Rams fans. Tigers undefeated, may stay that way. Halfway through the third quarter, Nick Brown with a basketball. Halldale trying to pull closer. Gerke knocked that away from Leach. Luke Carey. Lindholm's open for 3, no good. Lindblom's shot rattled out. Second chance now for the Cobras, though. Colby Carpenter. Gerke fakes the 3. He's had a couple of those already. Carpenter outside. Carey. Cobras working for that shot. Luke Carey into the double team. And he got up in the air, and Jackson Leach made contact. And that's 3 on the Halldale senior. So now the Bulldogs, fouls catching up to them. 4 on Carter Bork, he's out of the game. 3 on Jackson Leach now. Cody Cobb, TJ Wilson each have a couple. Cobb picked up his 2 very quickly. Hasn't been called for an infraction since. The Cobras really have no foul trouble to speak of. No one with 3. Carey outside for 3. Step back and wouldn't go for him. Connor Peabody. That's off Gerke. Then Nathan on the defense. Getting the ball back for Halldale. Bulldogs still trying to get back inside that 8-point gap. They've been down by as many as 13. Nick Brown outside, baseline. No route inside for Brown. Had to pull that back outside. Nathan was triple teamed and lost the handle. Colby Carpenter stole it for Carrabec. Now Luke Carey.
Ooh.
Contact made. Bulldogs wanted the offensive foul. Eric Carey was up wondering why a foul wasn't called on Halldale, and in the end, just a side out for the Bulldogs.
I think that was karma. That should have been a Halldale ball.
And it turned out to be that way, just no foul called on anybody. Nick Brown. Keegan Carey, who wants to get that shot from outside untracked, and the Cobras have not allowed that at all. Luke Carey knocked that away from behind, but it stays Halldale basketball.
Luke Carey seems to be everywhere on this court tonight.
Offensively, defensively, doesn't matter.
Has he come out yet?
Just briefly. Actually scratched it. No, he hasn't at all. He's played the entire time. Wilson with those tricky dribbles. That shot doesn't fall, though. Really got to credit Colby Carpenter, who was fooled initially but recovered, and then, as the old song goes, won't get fooled again. Carry around the Gerke screen. The Bulldogs pick it up. Lindblom. Leach with the fingertips knocked it out of his hands. Carey's got to put the ball on the floor and does. Nathan got the block, but a foul called. That was on Jackson Leach. That's 4 on Leach. Gardner with a win tonight, 68-62. Lizzie Gruber, 28 points. Sage Fort, a big night for the Coney Rams, 22 points. Gardner now 16-0 on the season. We thank Dave Dyer for his updates.
That was a stubborn Coney team tonight.
Yeah, Coney team's good. And not many are talking about Coney. They've got a good record as well. Luke Carey has another shot. Cody Cobb back in the game for Halldale. Desmond Robinson, the sophomore, just checked back in for Carrabec. 1 out of 2 from the line for Luke Carey. He's got 15 points. The lead is 9. Under 2 to go in the third quarter. Carey outside. The battle of carries again. Luke always right there, and he was this time too. Nathan doubled the kick out. Cody Cobb for 2, no good. This will stay with Halldale, though. Evan Austin comes in for the first time, the Halldale junior, number 20. He'll replace TJ Wilson.
I don't think I realized the Coney girls were sitting at number 3 at 12-2.
Their third loss tonight, but yeah, this Coney team is quite good. Lawrence and Gardner seem to get all the attention, but Coney's hanging right there. Keegan Carey outside. Austin for 3. Trying to make an instant impact, but it was wide of the mark. Luke Carey quickly back up court. Robinson. Brown out to meet him. Carpenter outside. Carey wants the 3. It's off the iron. Brown the rebound. Cody Cobb was behind the defense, but Brown knew it was a tough pass, as that one was. The Bulldogs will keep it. It was the last touch by the Cobras. Connor Peabody back in. And Desmond Robinson will switch places with him. Halldale inbounds. Nick Brown doing the honors for the boys out there in white. Brown had to get rid of it and does to Cody Cobb. Bulldogs are not getting anything for open looks outside and having a hard time working the ball inside. And that was even when they had the 2 big men in the game. And they've lost Carter Bork and Jackson Leach, both big men, both seniors, out with 4 fouls. There's a rainmaker for Evan Austin, a big shot by the junior off the bench. Up into the rafters and down through for 2. And the Bulldogs down by 7 now. Carrabec, though, with the basketball. They also have the arrow. Luke Carey draws the triple team. The kick out to Lindblom for 3. No. Brown the rebound. 30 seconds to work for Halldale. Brown doesn't want to take that long. There's Ben Nathan for 2. Now Bulldogs come storming back. They're down 5. Still time, though, for Luke Carey and the Cobras here in the third quarter. Carey, the no-look pass. Peabody won't fall. Nathan the rebound. They can get a shot if they hurry. Brown with 7 seconds to go. Here he comes. Brown dishes off to Cobb. He's fouled. He'll head to the line, and the Bulldogs bench is feeling it now. Evan Austin's really injected some adrenaline into this Bulldogs team since coming in.
So this would be a huge boost if Cobb making these, getting down to possibly 3 points.
Fouls on Gerke. That's his third. Cobb gets one more. It won't be a one-possession game. We step aside for our intermission. He makes 1 out of 2 of the Bulldogs down 4 as we head toward the quarter break. Still a chance for Luke Carey, though. He was close last time and close this time as well. But that time just a bit wide of the mark. So Carrabec will have the basketball when we return to the Penny Gymnasium. The Cobras lead the Bulldogs by 4, 35-31 on Munsing Media.
We are Bulldog Strong. We are a local organization committed to kids, committed to our community, dedicated to teaching the next generation how to give their time and talents to make a difference, and supporting those affected by cancer. Bulldog Strong Basketball was established in 2013 when my own mother was diagnosed with breast cancer, and I saw firsthand her struggles, doubts, fears, and her amazing fight to live. Cancer does not discriminate, and so many of us have been directly affected by the disease. Our basketball family has grown over the past 8 years, and we continue in our mission to provide opportunities like our summer camp, All-Star Showcase, and our 3-day invitational to raise money for those in need. Through competition on the court, we learned so much about how sports can shape our lives in a positive way. We are passionate in what we do. We are proud of our Bulldog Strong family. We are incredibly thankful for the support we have received. Kids, community, and caring for one another is who we are. Remember, no one fights alone.
It's Halldale basketball to start. I misread the arrow, so the Bulldogs will start with the basketball.
Good evening and welcome to the 2023 Halldale High School Boys Basketball
Bulldogs a chance to make it a
Senior
one-possession
Night.
game. It hasn't been a one-possession game since midway through
Before
the
they
first
start
quarter.
their final home game.
Carrabec had a 13-point lead at halftime. They've led by 13 twice in the second half. But Halldale on a run to cut it to 4. Nick Brown outside. Nathan, Keegan Carey cutting. Drew a crowd quickly though, didn't he? Outside to Austin. Carey. No room inside. He'll resets. TJ Wilson's had his breather. He'll come back in a second. Carey open for 3. No. He's close. Wouldn't drop for him. And Brown stole it, but bounced it on the red paints.
Unlucky.
Almost a second chance for the Bulldogs. TJ Wilson will replace Nick Brown, who almost had that steal. I thought the Bulldogs would have had to get down by under 6 to really have an opportunity in the fourth quarter. They've done that, and Joel Gerke went off his fingertips. He couldn't gather in the long pass. And here's Carter Bork coming in now for the Bulldogs, number 25, and he'll have to be very careful as he's playing with 4 fouls.
You have to wonder if part of this comeback, you mentioned Carey hasn't been out, Gerke hasn't been out that much. Is fatigue setting in?
Might play a factor in the next 7 minutes. Austin. Up over the top, Carter Bork drew the double and drew the foul. That's Gerke as well. That's 3 on Gerke. I said he had 3 earlier. That's his third. So Bork at the line. It's a 3-point game. Here's Nick Brown back in for Cody Cobb. Halldale boys. Some confidence now, a little spring in their step after they've shaved 10 points off a 13-point deficit. Carter Bork trying to make it 11 points. And he does. Bork hits them both. Carter with 6 points on the night. Those by far his two biggest. Wilson trying to guard Luke Carey. Carey shook him. And an open player in Lindblom. Gerke to Lindblom outside. Bowling pins underneath as Gerke went down. Colby Carpenter. Carey off the glass for two. He is very difficult to stop when he gets in tight like that. I don't care if you do have a height advantage. 17 points now for him. Brown's pass across the paint. A dangerous one, and Connor Peabody stole it for Carrabec.
Just paid for it, too.
One of those situations, maybe you just let that shot go. Gerke trying to work on Bork. Bork had him played nicely. Carey doubled. Bork back outside. Carrabec with that lead, they're being patient. They won't force up any bad shots, you wouldn't think. At least that's the plan for Eric Carey. Luke Carey doesn't take many bad shots. He's got the ball now. Peabody had it knocked away by Keegan Carey, but last touch by Halldale. And back in comes Jackson Leach, he too playing with 4 fouls. Chris Ranslow, the Halldale coach, rolling the dice a little bit here. Adding some intrigue to this fourth quarter.
Oh, it's certainly been intriguing, and Carrabec showing a lot of discipline right now.
Carey. Gerke. Carey penetrates the no-looker to Gerke. And the rebound stolen by Carey. He kept it alive. Gerke again. Carey. Brown denies him the 3. He'll try the 2 instead. A rare miss. The rebound, Bork had it. Knocked back to half court. Kept alive well by Lindblom. And again by Peabody. Carrabec somehow holding on to the basketball, and then Brown comes in with a forearm. And that'll draw the whistle. Nick Brown's second foul. That's 6 on Halldale, so Carrabec will be at the line for the rest of this half on the next Halldale foul. Cobras have only committed 3 fouls here in the half. Talked about that discipline mark earlier. That's really where it's showing itself on the scoreboard. Just 3 fouls. Carrabec had the ball stolen. They were taking their time a bit. Wilson steals it. Wilson split the defense. Now he has to reset.
He is fast.
He is about the fastest player I've seen here at Halldale in my 20 years here. Bork fouled the shot. Almost had his own rebound. He was tripped up by Gerke as those two tangled. Just got their feet intertwined a bit. Carpenter sets the screen. There's Carey. Real tough shot thanks to Leach and Brown. And a traveling call. Off the rebound, gives it right back to Carrabec. Here's Keegan Carey back in for Evan Austin. Austin did his job well off the bench for Halldale. Now, it used to be 8 points was kind of an impenetrable wall for Halldale back in the third quarter. It seems like 4 points is now for Halldale here in the fourth. They've had chances to get closer and just haven't been able to do so. Carey can provide a dagger at any time. Wilson stuck right to him. Gerke from the elbow, pretty shot. 2 more for Joel Gerke. He's got 16. He's only 1 behind Carey for the lead in this game.
Gerke's come up huge, especially with those set 3s down in that lower elbow.
Bulldogs could use a triple. They haven't had one all night. Wilson spots for one now and hits. On cue.
Just call that?
TJ Wilson launching the 3, and Halldale halves the deficit. It's 39-36. So we'll check out the Wilson 3. Once he's set up to launch it, Rob Munson will have the replay for us. And here it is. You know, Wilson really wanted this shot. He steps back, receives, turns, and yeah, no hesitation from TJ Wilson, who's up to 7 points. But a huge 3 makes it a 1-possession game, and 4:07 to go heading down the stretch. We knew this game would be a good one. Didn't look like it might be in the first half with that 13-point lead that Carrabec carried into the second half, but Halldale's come back and taken 10 points off of that. Of course, tomorrow night, more Halldale basketball action for you on Munzing Media. Spruce Mountain in town, 2 MVC powerhouses in a tussle here at the Penny Gymnasium. Join us at 6:30 for tip-off. That game will start at 6:30 sharp. There is no JV game. Halldale crowd trying to will their team back. Carey looking for help and has it. That shot won't go for Lindblom. Bork altered it, may have gotten a fingertip to it as well. Halldale can draw 2 back or tie. On this possession, Wilson wants to tie it. Close, but no, it sat up there, but dove out on the left side of the cylinder.
It's interesting, I had a conversation with Coach Ranslow the other day just talking about the close games, and
great pass to Gerke for 2. Gerke now the game's leading scorer with 18, but Luke Carey doesn't mind about that. He's been setting them up most of the time for those buckets.
we had talked about the team and character, and he's like, Coach, I appreciate the character, but I'd like to win on some of these too.
Moral victories don't do it for you this time of the season. Brown shot, no good. Great body position by Lindblom on the rebound as he just outpaced Jackson Leach. 3 minutes to go in regulation time. It's a big possession for the Cobras, up 5. And a hold called. That's going to send Luke Carey to the line. It's on Wilson, his 3rd foul. It's that pretty pass from Carey to Gerke for 2 points on the rebound. Carey not fazed at all by the Halldale crowd. He's right in front of them. They're trying to throw him off his game, but it didn't work. He's got one more to make it a 7-point lead. And he hits them both. Cool, calm, collected Luke Carey. Now with 19. He had 32 last time out against Forest Hills, 18 last time against Halldale. Had 3 threes against Lisbon, 21 points against the Greyhounds. 19 tonight leads all scorers, and Wilson driving the baseline was fouled.
Big game in Southern Maine girls tonight, where you got Old Orchard visiting NYA, number 1 and 3 schools.
We'll be seeing Old Orchard up here next week, another Munsing Media broadcast. Thought that came at first at the Augusta Civic Center. Those two teams could meet in that floor later on, but regular season game will be right here at Halldale. Next Monday night, I believe.
Yes, it is. And then on Wednesday, the girls finish up here against Monmouth, their senior night.
Brown knocked that to Carey. Got to credit Carter Bork, though, for stopping Luke Carey in his tracks. Here's Brown. Bork hits for 2. The Bulldogs down 5. A big bucket by Carter Bork. And Carter now with 8 points. 2:17 to go. A 5-point game. Timeout called. We'll take a look at that pass from Nick Brown here. Brown just very alertly, he saw his teammate, a guy who's hard to miss in Carter Bork. And Bork won't miss from that distance all by himself. Just had to settle himself and get square to the basket. That was the hard part. He laid it in. 5-point lead for Carrabec. Going to take a peek into the huddle right now where Eric Carey is addressing his troops. Trying to see out this game. The Cobras have led really since the early stages of the first quarter. The Bulldogs got in a hole early, has kind of been their custom, and one of their customs too is to not give up for that and rally right back. They've done that too. But it's hard playing out of a hole. Hard when you're trying to play catch up all night. That's what the Bulldogs have had to do. And Carrabec has held them at arm's length. They have a 5-point lead, 2:17 to go.
I honestly think the Bulldogs need to have a practice quarter before the game starts.
Yeah, this was the third quarter. You'd be feeling pretty good about Halldale's chances. About to go under 2 minutes. Carpenter outside. Carey right by the center circle.
And with who they have out there right now, they can't foul to get the one-on-one.
That was a tough shot by Colby Carpenter, but he hit it. And it's a 7-point lead, and that's a 2-point bucket. That's looming larger than 2 points. That did some damage to Halldale. They're down 7, and time is running out. And Leach draws the foul. That's on Connor Peabody. 3 on him. That's 5 now on Carrabec. They've got 2 more to give. Bork using that height over both players, scoring for 2. Carter Bork with 10 points now. Well, the Bulldogs need the ball back. That's the thing. They have to get a steal, a foul, or hope for a Carrabec miscue. And there's only 1:25 left, and Wilson doesn't like that call, but actually it probably works out well for the Bulldogs. They had to stop the clock. The only problem is they put Luke Carey at the line. And that's 4 on Wilson. Yep, excuse me, 3 on Wilson. Trying to figure out who I gave an extra foul to in my scoring app. It was TJ.
Yeah, you can't foul Carey. He's just hitting everything from the line tonight.
That's
hitting
point
everything
20.
on the floor.
And a chance for Blackjack. Not this time, though. He has to stay on 20 points. Bulldogs still with a 2-possession game. Wilson outside to Keegan Carey to cut into that lead. So close, but it rattled out. Carey's had a number of those shots, 2 that I can think of, that have been halfway down the cylinder, but wouldn't drop all the way down. That's off Gerke. No. Touched by the Bulldogs. Referee on the other side had a better look at it than I did. I didn't want off Gerke, but I can't see through big number 34 out there.
And the fans aren't jeering, so
no, there wasn't much argument. There wasn't any argument at all from anybody. Under a minute. You don't want to foul that man, Luke Carey.
Ooh.
But you also don't want to give Colby Carpenter an open look. And that's it for Carter Bork. He had to make that play, had to make that foul. No option to make a desperate lunge. Unfortunately for Carter, that's his last action here in the Halldale High School floor tonight. He is fouled out. And Ben Nathan will head back in. Colby Carpenter at the line. Carter Bork getting a good ovation from the fans here at Halldale High School. Here's Carpenter at the line. Hits it. It's a 3-possession game with just 51.1 seconds to go. And Carpenter can potentially turn the lights out on Halldale now. He hasn't done so already. Just 1 out of 2. But it's a 7-point lead, and the Bulldogs with no time to spare. Wilson knows it. Accelerates in. The runner, no. The putback, no. The rebound, Luke Carey, and that ought to be enough. Carey slid a little bit. Somehow got that pass through to Lindblom. Carey outside. Brown trying to get it away from him. Commits the foul. And a tussle between 2 Careys before Luke heads to the line. Trying to add to his 20 points. Foul was on Brown. That's his 3rd. Well, that's probably material at this point. Carey gets 2 here. The Bulldogs have put Carrabec into the double bonus. Luke Carey about to shoot for 22 points. Does so. Carrabec's going to avenge an opening night loss for the Halldale Bulldogs coming down here and leading really from the early going. Brown got fouled, a reach in from Colby Carpenter. That's just 6 on Carrabec, so Brown will not go to the line, just a side out. 18.5 seconds to go, not enough time obviously for Halldale to claw back into it once again. Came back a couple of times, but couldn't complete that. Wilson's shot doesn't fall. Leach outside to Keegan Carey. It's partially blocked. And the rebound yanked down by Carrabec's Joel Gerke, and that'll do it. I don't think the referee even called the foul now, and they don't. Jeff Mertzel says, yeah, no point. Let the clock run. The Carrabec Cobras pick up a vital victory here in Farmingdale tonight to increase their chances of a home prelim game in a couple of weeks for the Bulldogs. Looks very likely now that Halldale, when they get to the postseason, will have to hop on the bus and head out on the road. 49-40 is the final score here tonight. We'll take a break, come back and run down all the stats. Take a look at the Caps' Pizza player of the game, as well as the Northeast Nutrition and Energy High Energy player of the game as well. That's all coming up on our post-game show, which is dead ahead. Final score tonight, Carrabec 49, Halldale 40 on Munsing Media.
Feel like cooking dinner? Call Caps' Pizza in Farmingdale. You can make the whole family happy with our award-winning pizza, sandwiches made on fresh baked bread, delicious nachos, or salads made to order. And don't forget the whoopie pies. We pride ourselves on fast, friendly service and an overall experience that's better than you might expect from a pizza place. So order Caps' tonight. Pick it up, have it delivered, or enjoy our dining room. Give us a call at 582-0522 or enjoy the convenience of online ordering at capsuspizza.com.
If you want to boost your energy, metabolism, and nutrition, try one of Northeast Nutrition's 85 energizing teas. Fruity, made with natural aloe, stevia, and herbal and green teas. Or have a low-carb 200 to 300 calorie shake for breakfast or lunch. Choose from over 50 flavors like Fluffernutter or Pumpkin Turtle Cheesecake. Northeast Nutrition also has customized protein iced coffees, caffeine-free options for the kiddos, and specialty drinks for athletes. Northeast Nutrition, 599 Main Avenue, Farmingdale. Follow on Facebook at Northeast Nutrition and Energy.
Rob Kennedy, Mark Tinkham back here with you one more time from the Penny Gymnasium in Farmingdale, where the visiting Carrabec Cobras improved to 8-6 on the season with a 49-40 victory over Halldale. The Bulldogs now 7-7 on the year, and it's a great year for Coach Eric Carey. Continues for Carrabec. They had not won more than 6 games in 25 seasons. Go back to 1997, 1998. Last time Carrabec had a season with more than 6 wins. With up to 8, and I'm not sure this is a team that anyone's going to want to meet at the Augusta Civic Center should this Cobras team get there.
Yeah, when you look at Carey and Gilkey, I mean, just those 2 players alone, you know, that's a tough duo to stop. And, you know, you have some other role players in there, and actually they played very well defensively tonight. I mean, they just moved, and even offensively, just moving the ball really nice. So, you know, I think right now they got themselves possibly in a 7th spot and out of the eyesight of Dirigo possibly.
Halldale now 7-7. They're going to be somewhere around 10 or 11, you would think, at this point. So they'll be going on the road for a prelim. And the same story for Halldale. A lot of fight in this Halldale team, but it's just difficult to be playing from behind and trying to catch up and breathing the exhaust fumes of the Cobras, just trying to get back into the game. And Carrabec did see that lead slip down to 3 points, but they showed the presence of mind to hang cool and pull back ahead. But for Halldale, that's been the key. You just can't get down big early, and Halldale fell into that tar pit again.
It's tough, and that's been their MO for a good part of the season. They spot a lead and claw back. They make the game super exciting, but just not able to put those finishing touches on the end.
Here's your numbers unofficially tonight. We'll start with Carrabec. Luke Carey leading all scorers tonight with 22 points. He was also 8 for 12 from the line and some big free throws down the stretch when the game was still in the balance. Joel Gerke tonight, 18 points. He had a couple of 3-pointers on the night, 6 of his 18. Bobby Lindblom, 4 points for him tonight. Colby Carpenter, 3 points. Desmond Robinson, 2 points for the 49. The big stat that jumps out to me for Carrabec, 13 for 19 from the line. They had to be good from the stripe. The Bulldogs were hoping to take advantage of some misses. Those misses just didn't come. Those free throws very important to why Carrabec held on to win this game tonight. For Halldale, Jackson Leach led the way for the Bulldogs with 14 points, including a perfect 4 for 4 from the line. Carter Bork, 10 points on the night for the senior, 4 for 4 from the line as well. And TJ Wilson, 7 points for Halldale tonight. TJ Wilson, Leach, and Bork, the top 3 scorers, the 3 seniors on senior night. Ben Nathan, 4 points tonight for Halldale. Keegan Carey added a bucket. Eben Austin, 2 points off the bench. And Cody Cobb had 1 point tonight from the free throw line. So let's hand out some awards, and it is senior night tonight. I want to thank our sponsors, Caps' Pizza and Northeast Nutrition and Energy. And we're going to basically make all 3 seniors the high energy player and the Caps' Pizza player of the game tonight. Each will win a free drink from Northeast Nutrition and Energy, and they'll also win a free 10-inch one-topping pizza from our friends at Caps's Pizza. We thank both for being sponsors of Halldale High School basketball, as well as sponsors of the Gardner Tigers as well, really treating the families and athletes here in the area very, very nicely, so our thanks to them. Next game, we've been highlighting this one all night, back here 24 hours away. Halldale and Spruce Mountain girls action at 6:30, no JV games. That game will start at 6:30 sharp. You can watch here on Munzing Media if you can't make it to the game. If you can make it to the game, be here early. It's going to be a packed house here tonight. It's not senior night for the girls. That'll come against Monmouth next week. But this is a really big game as far as heel points are concerned. Both these teams trying to put themselves in the best position possible for the upcoming tournament. And oh, by the way, the Bulldogs did lose to the Phoenix earlier on this season, so a bit of a revenge factor in the minds of the Halldale girls as well. Going to be a very good contest. Hope you're joining us for that either here at the Penny Gymnasium or watching on Munzing Media. Mark Tinkham, any final thoughts on the game tonight or tomorrow night's game coming up?
Yeah, this is where got my sights now set on tomorrow night. Sorry, I'm battling a cold. Some of those interesting
voice cracks
pitches coming from me. But looking forward tomorrow. I mean, it is a grudge match. These teams have been battling each other through middle school. They know each other very well. They play with each other and against each other in AAU and some of the elite teams. It's going to be a dogfight tomorrow.
We'll look forward to that game. 6:30 is our starting time right here on Munzing Media. But that'll do it for us tonight. I want to thank Grace Leach, who handled our camera, Rob Munzing, doing all the production and replays and scorekeeping and all that stuff on the computer. For Mark Tinkham, my broadcast partner, my name is Rob Kennedy saying goodbye from the Penny Gymnasium. Final score tonight, Carrabec with a win, 49-40 over Halldale. Thanks very much for watching wherever you viewed this game tonight here on Munzing Media.